Hi, friends. Welcome back to Word Study. This is for Thursday, April 16th. Let's jump in. Word of the day. 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 All right, today's word of the day is fortunate. I'm going to read it out loud and in a sentence and see if you can figure it out. It is fortunate that you came to the store early because the first 5 people in line get free Lucky Charms. Think about what fortunate might mean in this sentence. It is fortunate that you came to the store early because the first 5 people in line get free Lucky Charms. So I noticed two things about this word. One is that it must mean something good because it involves getting free Lucky Charms, and I love Lucky Charms. And I also know that fortunate sounds kind of like fortune, and a fortune could be like a fortune cookie or like something. A fortune, like a big fortune, would be like if you got like a ton of money. So I bet it's something positive. So I'm wondering if maybe it could mean lucky, like it is a good luck thing that you came to the store early because the first 5 people in line get free Lucky Charms. I mean, that's a super lucky, awesome thing. And there we have it. Fortunate means favored by good luck. That means if something is fortunate, then it is lucky. This is a fun word to use because it's really just a fancy way of saying lucky. So if you want to sound super smart, you should use it. All right. So today we're going to focus on finding mistakes and building sentences. We reviewed a ton of parts of speech yesterday. We talked about proper nouns. We talked about plural, which means more than one. We talked about singular, which means just one. We talked about past, present, and future tenses. Irregular past tense, which is anything that doesn't add an ed. And now for the rest of this week, so for today and tomorrow, we're kind of just focusing on bringing it all together and making sure that we're really good sentence now, the feedback I've given a lot of you on your word study and your writing and your ELA work is that the content of what you're writing, like your ideas, are awesome and they make a ton of sense. But what is not so awesome is that you're not checking over your work. So, the reason why I'm spending so much time on fixing different sentences and on fixing mistakes is because I want us to get really good at self checking and self editing our own work. That means, when you try to hand something into your teacher and they're like, "Did you check your work?" You're like, "Yeah, yeah, I did." But you didn't actually read over every sentence. My goal is to make sure that this whole cohort, all these second graders, always carefully check over every sentence and are able to fix their own mistakes. Okay. Then we're going to work on building sentences. So remembering what each of the different parts of speech means and coming up with sentences from our own brain. Okay, here, let me show you what I mean on the first one, and then you can do the other ones with me. She said the cats were funny. She said the cats were funny. Now, I know that said doesn't really sound right. I know that said is actually not even a word. The past tense of say is said. So the correct word would be said. She said the cats were funny. So that one was wrong because the verb is an irregular past tense verb. All right, number two, the keys are in the door. Take a second to ask yourself, what looks wrong with that sentence? The keys are in the door. Now, this spelling looks a little bit weird. And I know that for some words, you have to drop the Y and add IES. But if there's a vowel before the Y, you just add S. So this sentence should be the keys, Keys, are in the door. And the reason why we don't drop the Y and add IES to make it plural is because the last letter before the verb, I'm sorry, before the Y is E, and E is a vowel. Okay, number three, my coffee be hot. What is the problem with that? What is the problem with my coffee be hot? Well, I know that B sounds kind of wrong, and I know that the best way to handle this stuff is if it sounds wrong, it probably is wrong. The coffee, you wouldn't say the coffee be hot. You would say the coffee is hot. So the problem with that is that the verb was in the wrong form. Would you like to play with me? Would you like to play with me? What's the problem with that sentence? Well, the problem with that sentence is that it has the type of wood like a tree. And that's not the type of wood I need. That wood belongs in the forest. This is a homophone problem. The proper wood is would. Because I'm not talking about trees. I'm asking you a question. Number 5, I want to buy a Drake poster like Miss Hammond. Fun fact, I got Miss Hammond a Drake poster for our Secret Santa this year. I want to buy a Drake poster like Miss Hammond. How can I fix that sentence? Well, I know that most of the sentence looks okay, but BYE is like goodbye. That doesn't really make any sense. It's not I want to goodbye a Drake poster like Miss Hammond. It's I want to BUI buy, like purchase a Drake poster like Miss Hammond. That's another homophone problem where the word BYE means goodbye and the word BUY means to purchase. All right, now we get to the fun part. This is actually my favorite part. When we have to build a sentence. Now we need a proper noun, which is something specific that answers the question which, and a present tense verb. Hmm. Okay, so I know present tense has to be happening right now or always happen. And a proper noun means it has to be something specific. So I'm going to say, I bike with Jack because I really did yesterday. I biked and he ran. It was super fun. I bike with Jack. The proper noun is Jack. The present tense verb is bike. All right, you try the next one. Irregular past tense verb and a singular noun. Remember, an irregular past tense verb is a past tense verb where you can't just add ed. So it would be like taught or bought or built or any of those other ones that we worked on. Was a regular past tense verb and a singular noun. Singular means only one. Come up with one on your own. Regular past tense verb. Singular noun. All right. I know that bought is an irregular past tense verb. So I'm going to say I bought well, I know it has to be a singular noun, so I can't buy more than one thing. I bought an enormous yellow cake for my own birthday because I think I probably will. All right, cool. Now we have our new past tense verbs. Irregular past tense verbs. Remember, irregular past tense verbs where you can't just add ed. Past tense of mean is meant, like Jasiri meant to eat all his breakfast. Past tense of meet is met. I finally met Josiah's parents. Past tense of pay is paid. How much do you get paid to babysit those screaming children? Past tense of put is put. Please put away your markers carefully. Oh my goodness, I did that wrong. I put away my markers carefully. Sorry, that was in the present tense. Past tense of quit is quit. I quit my job in Brooklyn to come to Brook. That's a true sentence. Past tense of read is read. This is a tricky one because they look the same, but you say I read, like I read my book. And the way you pronounce it, if it's already done, if it's in the past tense, is I read. So I already read this book. That's the past tense. But I read this book is when I'm doing it right now. Past tense of ride is rode. I rode my pony Bergen until she bucked me off. That is a true sentence too. I used to have a pony named Bergen, and she did really buck me off. All right, let's come up with a past tense of sentence for quit. The past tense of quit, that's easy. It's just quit. So I quit complaining and started to do my work. That's the past tense of quit. That means it already happened. Past tense of ride. Well, let's check. It's rode. Jack rode his motorcycle to Dorchester. Also true sentence. Past tense of ride is rode. All right, you can always come back onto the video if you want to check and see what verbs those are in the past tense. But remember, you need to not just come up with a word that's in the past tense and the correct verb, but the whole sentence is in the past tense. All right, get your paper out. It's time for dictation. Get ready for sentence number 1. Name at the top. She taught 8th grade, and then he took over. She taught 8th grade, and then he took over. She taught 8th grade, and then he took over. All right, team, have a great day. See you Friday.